Hi guys. So before we get into the whole should I continue watching pick a card readings, I want to make this intro because if you're even here at this video, there are so many other ways of spirituality, and it's not only has it come to my attention that, and I'm gonna put a couple videos in the description about how, wow, people seem to be pop culture deities and other things, and people who are reverting back to Christianity because they believe tarot to be from an ulterior spirit. And I want to make my beliefs in this video very clear if anybody wants to reference like how I operate personally. I believe in God, unity, Trinity, the holy, the one and only. And spirits like Jesus were human. And these egregores aren't even from the human experience. You have ancestors down your line who want to show you a path, so I cannot say that if an ancestor is trying to give their spirituality through Christianity to another, then that's their motive, and that's what they should do. There is a problem when it comes to people and their wards. I seem to have noticed that people also, we need to understand that, here's a ward, simple ward. Someone is writing a specific document, and this document contains sensitive information. They put this document in a manila folder and write nothing on it and put it away. Somebody ends up picking it up and opening it up. Option B, with the ward, that document being put in that manila folder gets stamped classified. The word itself classified on that document gives it a sense of protection where if somebody were to look at it, they'd be like, huh, should I even open that? Because I'm going to get myself into some tricky water. And the ward gives a person a decision to make when it comes to crossing that boundary and gathering information. So before we even move forward, if you feel like you have not provided your own Veritas experience and you haven't because sometimes we can just validate our own thinking, and spirits can cast, we can cast, and it's important to. In one of the videos I was watching, she was talking about how she stopped using toothpaste with fluoride because it would clog up the third eye, and she said she stopped doing that because it was just some spiritual help. Health is extremely important, and fluoride should not be in the body. It should be on the teeth. So, and it's hard to get fluoride just on your teeth when your mouth is the gateway to your body. So it's more about how you're treating your body will see how your life is gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Like treating the body right, and the body is the temple. I don't need all of this pain. But personally for me, for my journey, I do, because that's what my ancestors have placed in front of me and want for me in my life. Because they see it as the best option. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? And I have videos in the description about how, like, to actually examine this other side. Because if a tarot reader is reading for you, this is going to be their opinion if they were in your shoes. Or, honestly, like, go get a tarot reading from a tarot reader in person, and you will get what you need to know from that. And I want to be honest, there are grifters. There are people who will use this and just, they're not well equipped to realize the dangers in living in the magical landscape and adopting magical thinking. Magical thinking is extremely dangerous. And I think people neglect to realize just there's such a realistic perspective of, like, I put classified on that document so that another human can read it who speaks the English language. And when they look at that document, they're going to take a second thought and be like, maybe I shouldn't read it. It's very realistic. Bing, ba-bong, ba-boom. People are saying they're married to deities or whatever. That's absolutely insane. Like, I'm going to share something a little bit personal. Like, years ago, I had a dream where Jupiter was in my dream. Jupiter was, woo, but the planet itself. And that was years ago. And that's all you need to realize that this is the deity that wants to work with you. Like, this is the deity that wants your attention, that needs your attention. And right now we're in my Jupiter corner, so we're just going to say hello. Like, Jupiter, thank you. Jupiter, thank you. I think it's just, like, here's one of my wards, and it's just the Nordic runes. And, you know, not many people would agree with, like, the Viking stuff, and I don't think I agree with a lot of it either, but it has its connections to the Druids, and the Druids were wiped out because of Christianity. So my opinion on Christianity and, you know, the whole, I think polytheism and monotheism have, like, destroyed us. I think religion has, in a way, both destroyed us and made us, because we create our own problems. This is what we've done. So, you cannot say that, it's like, how do I explain this? A human being, years and years ago, stabbing another human being, starts to walk around Earth aimlessly and begins to attach itself to other people as they walk around through life. Like, hello. That's a hurt soul, a wandering soul with nowhere to go, and you think that they can't do some crazy shit? Like, autonomy is so important, and when we move forward in these tarot readings, I want you to realize that it's so... I don't do a multiple, pick multiple piles. Unless you feel called to. This is such a personal journey where everyone on Earth right now is, at a technicality, a soulmate. We're really a soul group. Like, the biomicrons on one of Jupiter's moons, or, I forget if it's Jupiter or Saturn, but I think it's Jupiter. One of Jupiter's moons is like that's a soul group. Like, they have their own microbiome, and they're probably alive on one of Jupiter's moons because of heat and evidence and water, etc. Water begets life, and heat begets life, and radiation begets life. So we're gonna see some, like, I don't know, like, we can't see movement underneath the ice that's like 600. But this is what I'm talking about here. We're talking about a soul group, and Earth is a soul group. Right now, and everyone who's alive right now and who's coming onto this Earth right now is a soul group. And then in that microcosm, there are micro soul groups. Then we get soul contracts. So I do not understand why people are wasting their time with egregores, which personally for me, before they were called egregores, and some people do believe that the Christian God is also an egregore and isn't the real God and is simply just like, honestly, Allah, Yahweh, God, Omnia Deus. Let's just get back to Latin. Okay, Deus, alright, Deus, the one, the only, okay, Omnia Deus, that is it. The as above, so below, and God is the matrix, and I don't understand why people are, like, trying to get out of the matrix, but the Matrix movie was about societal constraints, and the jail that we make for ourselves, which goes back to this whole devil concept here. This whole, like, thing here, right? And I am not saying that they're not real or not, but if you don't know the devil's name, you cannot cast it back down to hell. Let's be for real, okay? If you do not know what the problem is, you cannot solve it. Are we solving our problems? And humans have described themselves in the law dictionary, under the definition of woman, it describes children as monsters. So what is everyone on Earth, according to the law dictionary of the United States of America? I mean, in the United States of America. And if it's like that in the United States of America, what do you think the other definition is in other countries? I don't even want to know. Okay? Like, we need to get down to brass tacks and be like, what is going on? What is in the fine print? The written on the wall, okay? So when you're doing pick a card readings and tarot readings, it's like, if you have this person in your life and you can just go and ask them, just go and ask them. Sometimes not, sometimes yes, you have to listen to your gut. And this is where I'm going to list off the other ways of just, what is that? Figuring out if you're a projector, and I'm gonna list these things in the description when it comes to figuring out your type. There are 4 types, and I'm a projector, so I need to get invited to things. I can't reach out. Reaching out is like, I get my hand bit. Straight up, I learned that the hard way, and then when I found this out about how the astrological, like, your birthday has to do with your body and how you operate in the world as in the Matrix, and you figure out your just basic function, like your basic overall function, like kind of how in the Jungian, like the Jungian 4 different personality, like the personality types, it's like that's just the mode in which this person moves through the world. That has nothing to do with their personality. It's just the way they move through the world and the way that they should move through the world, or the way that they're changing as they move through the world, because the Jungian one is a lot more like that changes, that evolves over time as you decide to, it can change, because it's a psychological thing. But when we get to the oh my gosh, what is it called? When you learn if you're a projector, a builder, there are 2 other kinds that just, I'm supposed to protect builders from one of the other ones, and kind of like manage that, and that literally makes so much sense. Like, kind of like a secretary, and I kind of hate that, but it's just my function. It's how I am supposed to be operating in this world. And I think that you guys should also be examining that as you continue to move forward. I think the Leo King should be examined. I think, there are so many, human design. Oh my God, your human design. Thank you. Thank you. And he has a human design guy on his set. I haven't watched him in quite some time, because the tarot world has taken a lot of my attention, and other modes of healing, like going to the chiropractor. Eat some garlic and fix your gut. Make your body feel better. That's all God wants. God wants you to be in your purpose. God wants you to follow your path. And if God is warning you about, like, if the world around, like, if it is not working out, it's not working out. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay? Like, that is for everyone. Like, everyone's path is different. And here we go on to, like, okay. There are people who are tarot readers who participate in satanic crazy shit. Like, I don't really want to get into, like, I'm just gonna throw this one out there. If homosexual marriage were legalized before feminism began, we wouldn't even need feminism right now, and the Federal Reserve wouldn't be taking everybody's taxes. They would only be taking the head of household's taxes, and the head of household could be either male or female, because now the lesbians can get married, which was really the biggest problem. Besides the misogyny, the homophobia, etc., etc., which ended up trickling effect into the whole, like, feminism, and literally the women who were running it participated in satanic witchcraft. Like, it is so complicated. But we're not there right now. We're not there anymore. So, we have the right to vote. We have equality. But if you look at the law dictionary, we don't. So, I think that's about it. And if you want, I want everyone to look at the 2 videos that I put in the bottom. Okay? I want every single one of you to look at it. Because spiritual psychosis is real. And there's also something else that the Leo King had mentioned a long time ago. Oh my god, this was like 3 years ago. I remember him talking about this on one of his videos. Seeing where, like, your planets are. Every location changes in energy, changes in the people that are there, and the spirits that walk amongst it. Like, areas have their own different things. So the way your energy reacts in that space, it's like, I literally cannot be everywhere at once, despite time saying that. Despite time speaking differently. So I might supposed to be over there at that time. I might supposed to be over here at that time. You know, everybody has, like, you should be so happy when you see a video of someone, like, having a good time where they're at. Because they're supposed to, if they're having a good time where they're at, they're supposed to be there. If they're not having a good time where they're at, maybe they are supposed to be there. But, you know, that is everyone's path. And I want to let you guys know that the timeline changes frequently. So, when I was first filming this, should I continue to watch pick a card reading, the first pile got deleted and the timeline shifted. And the answer completely changed. Well, not really completely. It evolved. And the timeline shifted. So, it's about making good decisions. And I think that tarot should be focusing on the here and now. Like, you know, I'm making things very specific as I move forward, especially with my titles. And I want to let you know right now that a title of a video may not give you what the video is trying to convey to you. Like, you go to the video for someone you're in a no contact situation with, and it's talking about your actual relationship. That's what I'm talking about. Because the spirits around you are trying to augment things in a way that's like, this is what we're trying to tell you. So if you're if you do not feel like your question has been answered by tarot and you feel the need to continuously go back into it and go back into it, you're just like probably getting attacked by a money egregore. Let's be for real, for real. And okay. Yeah, I think it's super important to just hone in on your path. And I suggest Young to Live By is really good to watch when it comes to just examining yourself. But also, I do not want anyone armchair psychoanalyzing themselves. Okay? If you feel like you really have a problem, you need to seek help. If you feel more and more confused as you continue to watch the tarot readings, you need to stop. And you need to come to your spirit team, come to God. Be like, God, show me the tarot card that I need to see when to stop. I did that. I put stop on one of my cards. Stop. It's over. Because you might just be on a, like, spirit's like, oh, let her do whatever. Oh, let them do whatever. They're going a little nuts because they think tarot can do something that it just cannot. It can only examine the timeline and frequency you're in that moment. Even 5 minutes later or something minutes later, that can change. However, no, there is also destiny points. Destiny points in somebody's timeline. They're supposed to hit this point. They're supposed to eventually meet this person because they have a soul contract. And sometimes it's like they have to go, okay, so now this person moved over here, let's get this person over here. Okay, so now this person moved, let's get this person over here. And it's like reroute, right? Because free will. That's how complicated this shit is. So I really want to digress. Life is ever changing, ever flowing, and there are certain points in your lifetime that are supposed to be met. Say you had a soul contract with somebody, but they ended up being like super traumatized, so they ended up abusing you instead of doing their purpose. That wasn't meant to happen, but it was a possibility. And I want to reiterate that. You realize coming onto this earth, the possibilities that could occur. Okay? With the intent of having those destiny points met. And those destiny points will always be good. Not everything in life is good. But the destiny points are supposed to be good. So we're going to examine, whether you should be continuing to watch tarot readings or not. Pick a card readings through a tarot reading. And I want to reiterate to please go look at the videos that I put in the description. And have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Mwah! My name is Layla Manel, and this is your pick a card reading on Should I Keep Watching Pick a Card Readings? This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. I'll see you there. There we go. Okay. This is the second time I'm filming your reading. So everything in the first part got deleted, and I realized it when I was halfway into, well, no, I was almost done. It was downloading onto YouTube. But nevertheless, I remember your pile distinctly, and the Hangman card, because you can get a yes or no out of tarot. You can, but the timeline has changed. The Hangman came out upside down, like sideways. So for you, it was a changing of perspective. Something happened a year ago, and we're not even going to get into that stuff. So I think a lot of past baggage infiltrated the reading, and now we're getting a clear perspective on what's going on, and just getting the answer. Should the people, the collective conscious who pick pile 1, continue to watch pick a card readings? Upright, yes. Upside down, no. Oof. That's so funny. No. Because, wow. Alright. Because it's funny, this card was at the bottom of the deck, upside down, when the Hangman card was diagonal. So I think I was supposed to fixate on this card, and I didn't. I think, no. And I think, like the other pile, oh my goodness, excuse me. Do not disturb on. That's ridiculous. No. It's a very simple no. And I got these tarot cards today, actually, in the mail. Kind of hand-me-downs. And I think we should use these to get down to exactly what's going on here. Why is pile 1, why shouldn't they continue to watch the card readings? Thank you, cards. I'm gonna give it a little cinnamon. Cinnamon on this bitch. That should be good. Okay. Why? Well, you've been recovery of some sort. You've been in recovery. With the Four of Swords in reverse, it's like, you need to leave this stagnancy. You do. It's, you're almost like sitting on your money. Or like, the High Priestess and the Devil. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Oh. No. Oh. Oh. Okay. See. Oh. Just the meme. Okay. You might be a mother with kids, I do not know. There is a range of people in there, I feel like we could even get, we have high 10 and high 5 and then the middle. So I'm getting a full range of ages where it goes from 17 or older, 17 to 50. That's the age range here. I don't know why I'm getting that through the Three of Pentacles right now. And the fact that they're dogs and it's this loyalty. And it seems like this middle age group here is, so I'm speaking to a certain age group that's looking at the High Priestess and the Devil. And the High Priestess here is winking. And when it's coupled with a Devil like that, I think you've been getting advice from the wrong people. And maybe not like that. So like, whew, I know a tarot reader online, and I'm not going to post her link in the bio because of this, but also I don't want her to be like, I don't know, stigmatized in any way for what she believes in and like what she chooses to participate in, because I do get messages through her and she's a human being just like me. And just being able to have your, and I said in before, like, you do not have your, like, for some reason wards are not up here. And when wards aren't up, these energies that they've decided to indulge in may want to creep into yours. When that boundary should already be like locked dead in center. And the like, Two of Wands, and we got Two of Wands before in your pile as well. So there's a lot of repeating cards here, and with the Moon here, it's like these secrets, and then there's another winking card. It's like this world is teasing you. And it's not, oh no. Like, how much, oh, I feel like you've been disappointed in life, like, multiple times. The Sun, ooh, okay, we've got something here. So, we obviously have a very spiritual person here. And I said when we were last here, like, you're obviously a witch. And maybe you've been, like, criticized because of this. But it's still a no. And I think you would benefit a lot more from astrology. And, because for another pile, I, like, it is a no, but I give, like, they can go in any direction. Pile 4 for their spirit. This one, I'm getting, like, okay, walk away from these pick a card readings and stick to the astrology. Stick to the have you heard of the heliocentric chart? I think that's really important for you to look at because even though I'm a Leo and, you know, I have a bunch of random placements in my geocentric, in my heliocentric, I have a Capricorn, like, quincunx. And so, with the High Priestess connected to the Devil, see, when we see these two guys, let me just whoop. Thank you very much. Thank you very, let's just whoop. Because this combo, and this combo, and this combo, very different. For some of you, it's just look at astrology. That's all the spirits want you to think about. Actually, I think that's for, okay, so for both of these piles of, like, this, like you, whether male or female, I don't care. It's like, focus on your kids. There's a spirit trying to mess with you. Because of vulnerabilities. And, honestly, like, Capricorn has, like, a lot to do with money, and I'm feeling like this has just become some sort of, there is a financial constraint here, and we got drugs before in the first time we did your reading, and I'm getting, like, the whole recreational drug aspect, and it's like, I've been there, and you need to let go of that. And I'm also getting, are you sure? Are you sure you should be listening to that tarot reader? Are you sure they might just be trying to swindle you? They might not actually be who they say they are. They might not actually be a true spiritualist or have, like, because witchcraft and psychic mediumship are different, and this is what I said in your reading yesterday, and here we go. Like, witchcraft is planting your own intention and casting, and spirits can cast. I was saying that in your reading, like, spirits can cast. Anything with actual consciousness can cast. A repeat of an event that is stuck in the matrix, which is kind of like a shattered piece of someone's soul in the timeline that needs to be, like, just sent back to them. That can't cast. Like, if every night a spirit decides to, or, like, a fragment of a spirit decides to, like, jump off a building because that's what they did in a past life, that thing can't cast. Maybe they can push you out of the way if that's what they're doing on their way there, and maybe possibly communicate with you, but they can't cast. I'm talking about the highest self of a spirit can cast. I can cast because I am connected and with my highest self, and we're going towards our highest timeline. And this right here, and this right here, and this right here, no. This combo is a no. This combo is people say, like, you are some sort of devil worshiper. You, like there are people who, like, Baphomet, go to hell. Like, please, like, all of them demons. Like, I don't understand. Personally, for me, I don't understand why someone would be, like, delving into that. Besides just being able to realize, like, you have to know a demon's name in order to cast it back down to hell. You cannot identify a problem. If you don't identify a problem, you can't fix the problem. And that's all that means. So I feel like it's not helping you identify the problem. In fact, it is the problem. it's totally wasting your time when you could be going out on adventures and working with teammates and learning in a contextual environment. Like, you're supposed to be like going out, but also like I feel like this hippopotamus, like these dogs look like children. Like, you should be focusing more on your children instead of like these tarot readings in the background that don't really mean anything, that are all fluff. I'm getting a big fluff factor here from the tarot readings you're possibly listening to, and it's there's a time and place for fluff, and I don't think you have that time and place for fluff anymore, because there is some sort of financial there's a financial constraint here, and it has to do with a financial some sort of internal monologue you say to yourself for your finances, rather than, instead of fixing the issues that have to do with your job or have to do with your kids, instead of actually going and fixing the problem, I feel like you're going to tarot readings in order to compensate and ignore the issues, even though you felt like they've helped you identify it. Because when I was looking into the karma cards that were in your reading before, it said for the power of, and I feel like that's just not, like, I don't like this. My personal opinion about how I'm viewing your situation, and as a person, how I would react to it with it being here, because this is spying, and I think you should watch the video that I have in the description, most definitely, because this is not productive. You intuitively can, let's do that. You intuitively can handle these weirdos on your own. Like, you can figure out, I think this has to do with trusting yourself, where it's like you can figure out if someone's a weirdo or not, based off of your gut reaction. If you just don't want to, like, it's so hard with being in the world these days, where it can feel like this is a whole saying no factor. Like, I feel like some of you, like, consistently watch them, like maybe at least 3 of them a day. Like, you guys need to focus on the astrological patterns, and like, we're having a lot of solar flares these days, and 2025 it's going to get crazy. So the Ace of Cups. Okay, I like to sip my tea and listen to my tarot reading. Stop. Sip your tea in silence. I was just watching, like, the first 15 minutes of the day are, like, some of the most important. Like, that's where your brain is most susceptible to information. I just saw that today, and I think that has to do with you too, and it's about this morning and night, morning and night, morning and night, morning and night, day and night, day and night, under friend mine and night, things will never change, Five of Cups. We're not going to talk about that. Okay, guys? This should be the last reading, because this is weird, and you don't have your wards up. I got that message before, and also I got the message, like, a lot of you live in apartments, or, like, a suburban house. Like I said, I got a suburban family, and I also... apartments, a lot of apartments. Some of you could even be, like, living in a very low income situation right now, where it's basically like, because I got the box and gotta put the stick in the box, like, there's something in the environment that is not conducive right now, where it's just going to manipulate everything you're getting through the energetic readings. And we're going to close the window. And I don't want to make this reading too long, because that's been one of my things. And the fact that yours came out as no, with everything that we discussed. Also, the number 7 is really important. You've been thinking if someone is telling you the truth or not, and in here it said they are telling the truth, but I'm not even sure if that's accurate in this point in the timeline right now, because things can shift so fast. And like, the thing about somebody telling them the truth, are they telling them the truth? Because I feel like once I get that out the way, like, that's all I want to, this is going to be the end of the reading. Like, is this person who they've been, like, also, it's almost like an addiction at this point, because the drugs card came out. And also, like, any recreational drug usage, I think you guys should just focus on your health and focus on the astrology and focus on experiences that are going to be, like, looking out in the future for you. And I feel like this guy is just consistently looking at this relaxation card, like, constantly, like, and then we have the 7 of Swords. Yeah, that came out too for a year ago. Like, we're not going to talk about how somebody stole something from you and stuff like that, but also we were talking about the truth. Is this person actually telling this person the truth that they were thinking about? Is this person actually telling them the truth? Is this person actually telling you the truth or not? Because it said they're telling you the truth, but it gave me a weary feeling, and that weary feeling doesn't feel good. So for the person who's, like, really thinking about, and if you're not thinking about this, and, like, this isn't for you, neighbor, I don't know why I'm getting neighbor, but whatever. No, if the person you're thinking about is alive, okay, alive. Okay, so maybe the person casting on you is alive, or was alive. I'm going broke. Okay. Yeah, there's that financial aspect here where it's like you really need to focus on your finances rather than all this, like, this fluff in the morning and the nighttime. I don't know what's going on in the morning and the nighttime, but it's all fluff, and it's just not, it's not actually serving you. Is this person telling them the truth? I don't know much about my past. Is this person telling them the truth or not? Young lady. Okay. Distant love. Stupid. Okay, so this question is stupid. 35 to 42. Whether dead, alive, known or unknown, I have been protecting you since our first lifetime. Okay. So if this person's telling you the truth or not, it's like the spirit realm is trying to tell you that they're telling you the truth. The spirit realm is telling you the truth. And the spirit realm is telling you the truth right now, that this has to end. And this is over. And that's fine. Okay, and that these stupid questions are done. Because if you get the inclining, okay, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to, instead of doing it later, do it now. Just be like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to click on that link and see what's going on. Let life happen. You know, it's like, if you see something online and, you know, like, say it's like a shower filter head or something, like you see some sort of great product, or you see something like some music happening, you see something happening, just take a, just smell the roses and walk with life, because a spirit guide, which I think is coming through in this Ace of Cups, and why it looks like a dragon rather than like this person was alive, and they're guiding you, and they're trying to guide you away from this, because a lot of these, and they're protecting you from this, and they are acting as your ward. And that's a lot of work for a spirit guide. Well, not really, that's like their job. But also it helps when you can make their job easier by listening to them. And, well, I'm not saying that you don't. You probably try to listen to your spirit guides through these readings, and that's not how it's going to work, because there's like avoidant issues here. I'm positively bypassing these situations that are irritating me rather than actually addressing them in a normal manner, rather than just ignoring them, because I feel like you're just ignoring these problems instead of actually addressing them in a level-headed, conducive manner. You're not sure why, but it seems like every time you attempt to address these issues, your nervous system goes into overload, and you almost feel like you're overstimulated. But something has to calm down there, and I actually suggest Irene Leon for this group, as well as astrology, and that's about it. And that's where I'm going to end the reading right there. I'm praying for you guys, and I love you on a soul level. And be safe out there in the tarot world, and get your own magic up as a witch. And then get the usual tarot reading once every 6 months. Okay? Just get the usual once a 6 months, and you're Gucci. Okay? Okay, so don't tell the other files, but you get an extra lighting. You get a little bit of extra ASMR. And I just unboxed some sea moss gel that I forgot I got, because that's important. And we're gonna light. So, it's apparent that you shouldn't be watching tarot readings anymore. Because I asked. Wait, what? Oh my god, hold on. I asked. Should they be watching tarot readings? Upright, yes. Upside down, no. Oh, okay, wait. This is a really, blunt yes. Excuse what I said before. This is a really blunt yes. But I also, want to, because someone just came over, when I had to stop your piles, someone had actually come over to my house that, isn't usually allowed over. And that's problematic, and that's personal, but I feel like, and as I was doing my thing, people are talking about you, they're judging you, and their karma's coming to them. And I just want you to be aware of how it can be, these people are damaging your reputation, they portray you as this, unhappy person, when in reality you're a very happy person. And it's a lot of tea. With the Judgment card, the Judgment talks about, people being risen from the dead. It talks about generational trauma. It talks about waking up. It talks about Judgment Day, their Judgment Day will come. I feel like the tarot readings you are looking at actually are probably examining what these people are talking about and badly about you. Talking about your adventures. Yeah, these people say nasty things. They talk about your relationship. They talk about, like, where you may go. So yeah, you can keep watching tarot readings. I'm sorry about the confusion beforehand when I said outright no. And this is the thing. Okay, so maybe that's why I did that, because I can come and say this. A lot of the time, tarot readers, like, I know it looks upside down to you, but that's because you're the viewer. And a lot of tarot readers, they'll have the camera facing this way, and I find that, I don't know, there's a lot of no feng shui. I think feng shui may be important to you, if that's, like, the relating factor I'm feeling here. Also, in the previous pile, I did not smoke my vape, and in this one, I feel like I can. And I'm not sure why that is. I think tarot can help you find a job, and has helped you find a job. I think you're stumbling upon this reading because it seems like a lot. And if you were wondering if people were talking about you, yes. Yes, they are. In a really bad spot. And they know you're right. Because with what happened with me just now, I completely see the resemblance of that situation in this reading. And I know I have my words up, so it's not, and it is not exactly mine, because here we have two people. You might have two people coming in and trying to talk to you and return to you, or like two people are injured, two people don't feel well, and you over here feel very, very good. You're spiritually aligned. The angels are here. They're speaking with us. And I think that there's just a lot of karma and a lot of people, like, talking about you, and I feel like this is enough. I don't know why, but I feel called to take these. I usually leave these, the Thoth deck, on my mirror by the water corner. What's going on here about these tarot readings and, like, the Fool in reverse, indolence? Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Ooh. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. I'm just gonna keep this over here near me instead of far away and change things up. And that was too much. So, it seems to me that these readings are giving you good advice. These people are talking badly about you. And either this is what they've been saying, but I'm being called no. That the readings are simply taking you farther away from yourself and making you kind of lazy. And underneath that, there's a lot of power. And this tool that you have been using... Sorry, I just almost felt like I scratched it, and I hate doing that. This is problematic. It's left you financially in the... Listen to the readings that you're... Because there's a lot of tea, but you can use this tool in a much better sense where you're actually looking for opportunities to work. like personally for me, let's use me as an example. I just had some cards come up for me, and I realized, like, okay, 2 jobs, 2 streams of income, like significators, and this tool can be used to your advantage financially, and I feel like that's what so many business people actually do, and I feel like that's not being utilized here. I feel like it's being utilized for gossip, and confirmation. Yes, there is gossip, there is tea about you, and it's being spilled, and that's none of, like, why even care about people talking about you if that's the only thing they have to do? Like, they can talk about something else. They can, like, they are not in the health position, they are not in the, like, position of health you're in. They're not in the position of just where you're at. 'Cause Judgment card is just a call of karma. It's the karma card. So, because I realized something a long time ago about the Judgment card, and I'm forgetting the angel that's here, and I'm not sure if it's Raphael or Uriel, but I believe it's one of the two. I could be totally wrong, and I'm just going to list it, down here in a little blipper or whatever. There has been a lot of struggle, and right now I think you can be using this as a financial tool. And I think it's made you, and what Spirit's trying to say is it's made you indolent, or that's what people are trying to say, is that it's made you indolent and lazy, when in reality it's helped you, and that's what we're trying to convey here. With the Fool in reverse, it's like there are these opportunities just waiting for you. And I feel like you're trying to make a proper judgment call financially as to how to situate yourself, or you did. And either people are not seeing how you did that through tarot, or can't believe how you did that through tarot, or you're not doing that. You hear what I'm getting at? Some, like, everything, what is the word? Oh, we have the 8 of Cups, and then the 9 of Cups. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. Like, you obviously left these people. These people are in the dust. Like, it could have been 5 years. Could have been 9 years. 8 years. A year. Where it just happened. You just let these people go. And they're talking about you. And this is the first reading you're hearing about it. Well, they're saying you're lazy. They're saying you don't know what you're doing. They say this. They say that. Who cares? Who honestly cares? They have absolutely no idea what it's taken you to actually end up in this really happy place after all of this judgment has been placed upon you. And it's really interesting how people act that way. And I think you should start to find it extremely interesting and use that as a way to help detach from it, and then unite again with the sadness of having to let these people go from an intelligent, loving perspective, rather than simply a heart perspective. Because when the brain is left out of the perspective of grief, you're not able to properly digest it. There have been traumas that I've faced throughout my life where if you don't go through a logical perspective of things, you are going to fall into certain pitfalls, and there is logic in the non-logical, like social cues. You know what I'm saying? People have to watch videos for social cues, and wow, it's a mouthful there. And your attention is, and I want to, wow, see, I'm getting sucked into this vortex that is completely unnecessary. Like, these people have no business talking about you like that at all. And if they have, like, whatever. But I think it's important for you to realize that it's time to start moving and acting upon the things that have happened to you. Like, no, yes, I want to... Since we had a clear yes, but I want to reiterate it with the fact that you should be using it for career and your money, and how to work that. Neptune, inspire others with, be prepared to sacrifice for. Yielding is the only way to your destiny, where you're going. Your career, oh my god, Neptune in your career. Wow, okay. And the thing with the Neptune card is that it's blind. And I was listening to Korn. I can see, I'm going blind. I can see, I'm going blind. I can see. Inspire others with your destiny. Be prepared to sacrifice for where you're going. Yielding is the only way to your career. Yielding is the only way to your career. So I feel like this perspective of indolence is like, no, I am waiting, like a spider waiting in its web to strike, waiting for the food to walk in on its own. Sitting, waiting for the food to walk in. 8 of Cups, walking towards 9 of Cups. See, walking, the 5 of Pentacles walking towards the 9 of Cups. Like, either, like, you are going to, there is a serendipity to Neptune. So maybe even in this reading right now, I can tell you right now, like, the job will be almost serendipitous, or it will feel serendipitous. And there are going to be a couple of things you're going to have to sacrifice for this position or the job. Yeah. Like, you need to start using this for your career instead of allowing all of this this gossip to infiltrate. And maybe people are gossiping at your job or in your workplace or, like, at your school, and, like, you know, I've been there, done that. Well, I don't gossip about, I haven't done that, so no, never mind. But I've been there, been gossiped about, been, you know, bullied. And it's really important that if you are being, like, heavily, like, targeted at your workplace, seek help. And maybe even leave the job. There's, like, a male figure here who's, like, I feel like trying to help you. Trying to help you in their own way. I'm going to phrase it like that. I don't know why I felt that, but I'm going to phrase it like that. In their own way, they're trying to help you. And steer you. And we're getting Pisces. I believe the Fool is Aries. There's Judgment here, I think is Aquarius. I am not sure. We have Saturn here, Capricorn, Gemini. Scorpio and Leo. This is like, oh, this is frustrating. And I feel like when you hit this reading, it's like, yes, you should continue to do tarot, but you need to, like, do it so you can figure out what's going on in your career and not what other people are saying. Because you're happy. No matter what these people say, you're happy. The power is underneath all this, like, whether you truly be indolent or not, whether it be their perspective or not, there's a lot of power here underneath their perspective. their weird perspective of you, there's power underneath that because they won't know what's coming next. They don't have the advantage because they don't have the truth. Period. Now, this is not a career reading, but your career is coming out and Neptune is there. Neptune is music, psychology, the feet, the eyes, drug addiction, and Neptune has to do with biology. Well, not the whole back. Like it goes from the foot, the bottom of the foot, all the way up to the back of the eyes and up to the head, which is why it both rules the eyes and the feet, because it rules the back. Neptune rules the back. And like with the Fool up here, upright, I'm getting, I feel like you've healed from injuries. You've really healed from so many things, and I want to give you kudos for that. And I think tarot has helped you out with that. I think tarot has. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here, but, there's a new phase of your life trying to, they're trying to push you through that, through tarot. And I feel like there's just, there may be resistance. And I want you to ponder and contemplate your direction, because it is saying to yield. Yielding is the way to your career. So I think that you know what you're doing, and that, one step at a time, and we're going to get there. Become a person of power and status. Confusion regarding becoming a person of power and status. Okay, so like this is, okay, how do I really get this money cycle going? How do I really do that? How do I, where is my destiny? You're here. Where is my destiny? You want to learn something. You might want to go back to school. There's a couple of things on the board here. And I don't know why I'm just called to get one of these cards. Spirit, what's advice? Judgment in reverse. No flippin' flying way. 5 of Wands. Okay. Wow. To have the same card come out twice is ridiculous. And 5 of Wands was the card that I saw. Okay, so like people are really talking about you and it's not right. People are like, this is like a judgment call where after this reading, you need to identify these people that are speaking about you. And it could be 3 people, could be 5 people, could be 1 person, could be 2 people. But this is just absolutely nuts how much you're possibly actually hearing in readings about people talking about you, because this is egregious. This is way too much. And I feel like it's almost like difficult to ignore it because it continues to follow you around like a dog. And I think it's important to detach yourself from this energy one way or another. One way or another, you have to make a judgment call on cutting in figuring how to cut off this. I honestly suggest for you, per reader right now, go look up La Limpia egg cleanses. Go look that up. La Limpia egg cleanses. You need one. You need one ASAP. Because it's tarnishing your readings and tarnishing the things that actually truly want to approach you. Because either way, things are trying to approach you, and Judgment card coming here twice, and like, here's Gemini again, like Gemini, like... We have Leo here. This is so just, annoying. Six of Swords. Yeah, you need to get away from this. Temperance. In reverse. Yeah, this is totally off balance. It's delusional. I don't know why, but I'm just hearing delusional. Like, these people are delusional, and you don't know how to get away from them. And Neptune talks about delusions. And I feel like you've walked away from these people, and even now they're coming into the reading. And I think this is just a significator of, like, you need to spiritually cleanse yourself. La Limpia. I'm telling you. That'll get it off. Do like, maybe 3, 4, maybe even 8, 9. Okay, I don't care how many you need to do, how many you feel you need to do, but at least do one. Because... this is not funny. This is not funny. This is, like, so not funny. Like, and they think they're funny and they're not. I don't know why I'm getting Grand Central Station. Judgment twice. There's a judgment call you need to make here. And I think even through this reading, like, them saying yes to the reading and then at the bottom saying kind of no. It is not the same as the first pile at all. Even though it's kind of, it's saying yes and no. It's saying yes for your career. No for these delusional people. You need to stop that shit. Unless it like if these people are in your career, they could mess and sabotage your career. They could be like plotting to sabotage you and make you out to be the fool and lie to you, and maybe just hearing about those things, that these things are from the past, like, and these things are not true, and these people are barely in your life, like, even me saying that is triggering, and, like, that needs to be broken. That needs to be completely taken out of the picture. It is, like, slobbering. The Cerberus is slobbering all over the floor. Like, it's unpleasant. You know what I'm saying? Good luck, guys, okay? That was your reading. those of you who picked pile number 3, this is your pile. And we're asking the question, should you continue to watch tarot readings? Upside down means no. 8 of Wands, no. That's pretty straightforward. Other 2 piles, not so straightforward. This one's straightforward. Yeah. You gotta focus on other things. There are other things you need to focus on. And I'm not sure if that's what you wanted to hear, but your family needs you, your people need you in your life, and you need to do this. It's been slowing you down way too much. Maybe your family's been slowing you down and you've been hearing about them way too much through the readings and you just need to cut it off. It is not helping you experience life. And I'm not even sure I should continue reading. Queen of Cups, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. With the Queen of Cups upright, you are possibly ovulating right now if you are a woman. Man, woman, I don't care who you are. The fruits of your labor are not coming out through these readings, and they are not aiding you on your path when you are yourself completely intuitive on your own. There are people who do not need these things, and I think you're one of those people. I think you're one of those people who does not need tarot readings to help you validate where you're going. And I think you get your messages through people and through happenstance and through circumstance and through serendipity. And that these readings are keeping you locked down. Okay? In other readings, it was possibly giving indolence, like making somebody lazy. In this regard, it's actually holding you back from the serendipity of life. And I wouldn't describe you as lazy. I would just say that I think you're in a very emotional state and very sensitive, and so these tarot readings are of great comfort. But in reality, you need to find that comfort in people and not in the tarot readings themselves. Because with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you've been getting all these messages, but in reality, they haven't been coming true and haven't been coming into fruition. And I think that's a testament to the fact that you're no longer relating to the this way of messages being presented to you, because some people benefit a lot from tarot readings and can get a lot out of it. And I know very spiritual people who don't really do it at all. You know. And I think it's really important that it's a time to let go. And, you know, I haven't felt called to pull these cards in any of the other piles, but I'm going to pull one of these cards for you to, you know, send you on your journey, because I think this is, you know, we did get the Judgment card in other piles, and it's just like, oh, Judgment Day, but in reality, like, for you, like, this is a no. Weight of the World, I Remember, and Starbathing. Yeah, okay. Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Yeah. This has to do with the tarot world. And we're going to get into the other 2 cards. And you're not alone in isolation, physical connection, and community in reverse. And I think that's a testament to, like, what you have to do. But we're going to get to that. With the weight of the world here, I feel like the tarot cards are just, it's overload of information. And you are there's a lot of water here. And I think it's important that you, on your journey forward in this, is someone who's actually, like, you're listening to, like, let me do another ding for you, because I think I think you as a person would actually benefit a lot from Reiki. You would benefit a lot from star bathing, from going to the moon, and from and going to bodies of water, and going on walks, and going on hikes, and being a part of nature, and being a part of the world, and even if it's just a witness to it. I think it's really important that you go and do things out in the world, and out in nature and spirituality through those means, because I'm going to share my journey with crystals, and you guys can apply it to where your journey goes. Because when I say these pieces of advice, it won't be for all of you. There are going to be other health journeys and other journeys of reconnecting through nature that, maybe animals, maybe this. Everybody has their own talents and their own facets and their own vive, lust for life. Tarot reading is not that for you. Your higher self has been calling to you, and I feel like even in the tarot readings, you've been seeing a lot of that, a lot of higher self. And I think, you stumbling upon this reading, you were thinking, oh, I'm probably going to be fine, I don't really, no, I think it's actually hindering you, because time is so fluid for you right now. And I think it's just, I think you're very tired. And I think your soul is tired of all this needless information. To you it truly is needless. There are people like myself who there's a different road for you, and it is through the serendipity of life, looking at maybe even astrology, and using that to guide your way, rather than tarot. There are other means of digesting what's going on. Like, yes, the tarot cards did tell me that there was a solar storm happening on the sun, and I got the message a day and a half later, but when it was happening was when I did the tarot reading for myself, which was crazy. There are happenstances like that, but that happenstance for me is going to happen with something else for you. Your talent is elsewhere, and fixating on something that is not, like, I'm concerned that there have been times where you've picked the wrong pile and applied it to yourself, and it kind of jacked things up. It jacked your emotions, and it jacked your relationship to your higher self, instead of aiding it. And I'm not saying that you picked the wrong pile. I'm saying that if that happened to you, it's a significator that this is just not your road. And that's okay. This doesn't have to be your road. Your road can be through crystals. Your road can be through other things. There are so many different kinds of talents on this world. And people call it witchcraft. People call it this, that, and the third. And yeah, call it what you will. Like, what I am doing is witchcraft. But there are sciences. And science used to be considered witchcraft. In reality, it's all flexible. So wherever you go, as long as it's healing and not hindering you, like me smoking right now, like, I'm trying to quit. I really am. So when I sit here, I am a human, just like everyone else on this earth, looking to heal, looking to make my life better. And we can make life better in so many different ways other than this. And I think this has become a distraction, and I think is not vibration. I think your vibration goes a little bit different. Like, maybe you would even benefit from, let's say, a retreat with a healer. But I also want to warn you about cults, so, like, just watch out for that. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. As much as I want to pull the next tarot card and be like, oh my god, but it's so much fun. No. It's not your road. And I think your road is starbathing, to remember and to process these things that have happened to you, and to really delve into your psychology and into your body and into like your emotions and get your water right and get your house right and get all these physical things right, because it's really important to slow down and take in these moments of life. And I think tarot is gonna be a waste of these like really beautiful talents you have. And maybe down the line you will find yourself like, say like maybe in a couple years you're walking down the road and like there's a tarot reader and then they're like, hey, I'll give you a reading for free. Take that tarot reading. Okay? But you know, in the meantime, let this go and let this world go. And remember how much you are connected to the divine. You yourself are connected to the divine. And an art form, there are so many art forms. Life is art. This is an art. There's art on these, like, there are so many other things you can do to connect with your higher self. And I think that those other things are calling to you. And it's not about letting go of tarot. It's about doing other things that make you so incredibly happy that you don't even feel the need to question where things are going, because you are so connected with yourself on your healing journey. And like clairvoyance, claircognizance, other forms of just being connected with the divine, where you where there's this power of touch, you know. Drink more water. Stand on your business. Stand on your business and let this go. There's no need. When you have such a different talent waiting for you to go grab. Okay? You don't need me to even have these cards here to validate you. And every time I go, I want to pick up another card. I stop myself right now because I desperately want to see how plentiful this talent of yours is. And I think you should delve into that rather than indulging in what has become generally just unnecessary. Okay? You see how amazing it is. You see how oh, I guess I did kind of predict that. Well, I'm going to move on from that. I guess I was right. I don't know. Remembering what you've said. Remembering who you are and how you heal. How what talent you want. And because there's a lot here that have not been accessed and is being stifled by this route. Okay? Love you guys on a soul level, like another tarot reader says. And this should be your last one for a long time. Okay, guys? Take care. Pile number 4. We are finally here. Okay. So. Should you continue to watch tarot readings? Upright, yes. Upside down, no. Should you continue to watch tarot readings? Dear Spirit, for the people who aligned with pile number 4, please tell me, should they continue to watch tarot readings or not? Yeah. Do whatever you'd like. But there's a warning here about having a preemptive strike on people. There's, I think you have a very actually good connection to the tarot world. And knowing what's coming before you even get there, but it could also spoil the surprise of life. So I would be wary if you find, boredom when, oh yeah, I knew that was gonna happen, and oh yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Is that, I feel like that's different for everyone, where you find it comforting and you still love the surprise, or it's coming to a point where you struggle to find people on your level. You know what pile is for you. Great fortune falls upon you because you've let it help your career, you've let it help your finances, you've let it help, the Wheel of Fortune talks about all points of life, especially when it comes to how we navigate both the spiritual world and the physical world, something here to do with health. And it also helped you. There's so many things that tarot has helped you with. And slow but steady wins the race. But there's something to do with, I don't know, like, losing the surprise. I want to pull out the Gothic tarot for some reason. Because let's have fun. Let's have fun. That is the singles card. The Empress in reverse. And the Chariot in reverse. No, don't put it down yet. We have the singles card here with the marriage card in reverse. So people may be asking why you aren't married. Whether you be male or female. You have a good connection to animals. I think there's a point here where maybe I have to tell you to take care of yourself more. Because with the Empress in reverse and we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Five of Wands in reverse. I think you legitimately need to take care of yourself more. Yeah. Like some sort of workout routine you're doing, with a group of people. I'm a little, there's something here about timing, where timing needs to be, or like you have worked on your timing in the past and people are judging you for like what you used to do versus who you are now. And they're kind of confused. Two of Wands. Um, there's a new horizon for you, and I think I think tarot is helping you to that. I think it's important to take care of yourself. Okay, the Moon and the Hanged Man. Okay, okay, and the Ten of Swords. Oh my. It has taken you a lot. There's a lot that has happened to you, my friend. And you are in such a brand new position in life, financially. Something's going on in your relationship wise where it's like things are kind of stagnant. Maybe you just came out of a relationship. Maybe the relationship you're in is kind of, I don't know, in a way makes you feel alone. Or you feel like you have so many people coming, like there's just a lot of, like you're waiting for the right person. With the Empress in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles, there's, the Nine of Pentacles is usually referred to like the mini Empress. And with the Empress in reverse, I'm getting the fact that you're at a really good place, but you're not exactly where you want to be. There's great fortune here, and I think it's important to be grateful. But I'm also going to turn to the other leaf, because I think it's also really grateful about you and who you are and like how far you've come. And I think tarot helps you validate yourself because other people don't. Unlike the other piles. I feel like people don't validate you. Like they don't encourage you. Like they don't come to you and say, oh, that's a great idea. Or like maybe they have and like maybe you need to focus on that more. Like people complimenting you and giving you praise. I think that's important. I'm like, the Moon. Clarify on the Moon. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. So, okay. Activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay. Okay, so the wheel is turning. And I think that you staying in this time of rest has been very important. And it's saying wait. You know, with the Moon and the Empress, like she's holding herself back. She's like, okay, when is it time to go? When is it time to get you? Yeah, I'm getting single energy, or you're in a relationship that has in a way stagnated, and you're like, okay, when is it time to, you know, when is it going to bounce off and, you know, really activate? Or when are we going to have to, you know, do a different option? You know, when I say multiple options here, I mean multiple options of action, not people. Okay? Multiple points of action. And I think it's important to remain still and to wait. Because it literally says wait. 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 And it's getting a little cold up here. And I want to remind you that it's important to just focus on your self-care. And if you're a woman, focus on your cycles. And if you're a man, maybe not approach just yet. Wait. If you're thinking of approaching anything. Wait. Because you'll get your answers. The hangman doesn't need to bounce around to get answers. People just walk up next to him and just start talking because they're like, oh, he's going to die soon. So, who cares what he knows? I think it's important to just listen and wait. And I think you'll get everything you need to know if you just listen and wait. Because that Four of Wands and the Two of Wands and the Hangman is weird. Okay? And you have all this good energy here. Even though these two things are in reverse, I feel like it's because you already have this and you just need to keep doing it. You hear what I'm saying? Keep taking care of yourself. Keep listening to your intuition. Stay in this energy for just a little bit longer. Maybe 2 more weeks, 2 more days. Because Wands represents days. So like, in maybe even 2 or 4 days from this reading, something's going to happen. With the Empress, I feel like you're going to stay in the stage for like possibly 3 more months. But I feel like in 2 to 4 days, it's going to give you a little flavor, a little taste of this activated earth energy, that which you're looking for. But right now you're in this space of waiting and you're in a safe space. You're fine. Everything's okay. And I feel like maybe people are holding off approaching you because you're in this hangman energy. So, but that is because you are healing the Lovers. Okay. So, when we see the Lovers, it's really about choices. It's really about making the right choices, and that's what I was saying about different actions. Different points of actions that you can take, and I think that the suggestion here, I don't think I know, because it literally says it. It's one word, and it says wait, and it says it's not time yet, things are being woven. So keep watching tarot readings, but, mind yourself and just keep taking care of yourself, and don't, just keep doing what you're doing, and, if you want to watch something else, watch something else. If you want to watch a tarot reading, watch a tarot reading. Do whatever you'd like. It's not, I'm getting the sense that you picked the correct piles. You're on the right path, and I think that you were looking actually 2 other tarot readings for the answer that I'm giving you right now, and it says no, and it says wait, and I'm not sure what the question is. I have hypothesis on it, but I can be completely wrong, and that's why I love the Karma deck. What is this about? What do they need to wait on? What does Pile 4 need to wait on? Like, what are they waiting for exactly? No, just wait for one to come out. What is Pile 4 waiting on exactly? Oh my god, what were we just talking about? Haha, it's a surprise! Wait a second. Maybe we're just talking about how you need to let it be a surprise. Oh no! Don't be mad. The card didn't want to come out, so it didn't. No, it's a surprise. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Sister, brother, you gotta wait. Okay? The answers will be there. I don't think you're in a place where you're gonna get hurt. I think you're safe, and I think you're fine. And I think that the universe wants to surprise you with something nice. Trip home, trip back, someone doing something nice, a stranger doing something nice, the day being beautiful. The universe wants to surprise you with the simple joys of life and continue to infuse your life with that goodness. And spoiling a surprise is spoiling a surprise. And I think... No, that's not the end. There's something else. There's something about self-care here. There's something about self-care here and waiting on an opportunity. The Lovers again, I mean, maybe because of this single energy that I'm getting and like the waiting on the relationship and the waiting on this true sensual connection, this true loving, like deep connection where you're both you're both well off and you're both together and you're celebrating together. You're wondering where that is, or I want that fixation to loosen. It needs to loosen. See how she gently grabs his, see how he gently goes to her. Female or male, whatever you may identify as, male or female. Male or female, whatever you identify as, potentially non-binary, like there is a gentleness of reception here that needs to take place. If to approach something, you must be gentle in every aspect. A gentle hand is required. A gentle flight somewhere. Walking slowly down the road and enjoying the day. Even if you're going to be late, it's okay. Just take your time and don't rush, because it's going to... Taking your time, waiting, and moving through life patiently is very important at this time. It's important for your self-care. It's important for your hormones. It's important because it's letting go of these past anxieties that have held you back. And we're not even going to talk about that, because point blank period, it's over. It's over. And isn't that just like a breath of fresh air? It's over. I am in a safe place where I can navigate life on my own terms, at my own pace, and realize that people are doing their own way, and I would rather get out of the way than get into an accident. Mind your business at this time, because business is going to want to find you. And it's going to approach you, and no matter what your gender is, you are radiating beauty at this time. The planet of Venus has a great impact on what's going on in your life. Motherhood has a great impact. Something is going on with your mother. If your mother has passed on to the other side, she is saying hello. And she loves you very much, even if there was great conflict. Even if there was great conflict. And I know that's random and that's only for just a few people, maybe even one. But I'm saying it right now. And that even from the other side, there's a contemplation from the other side. There are people who... There are amends that need to be made, and we're not even going to go there. We're not even going to go there. No, not today. We're right here, right now, in the present moment, where these things that have, and I want to make this very clear, because I think you need to hear it. Some tarot readers say that things are meant to happen, and things aren't meant to happen. I called my friend on the phone, and I was mere moments away from disaster, and he decided to hang up the phone on me, and I was kind of miffed about it. But I didn't take it personally. He was doing some sort of comedy show, but He tells me the next day that, but moments later he sits down and a table shoots at his face because it wasn't fully, like this foldable table wasn't fully locked in and someone had their feet on it. And laughed so, and guffaed, guffaed, shooting the table into his face. And if he had remained on the phone with me, that would not have happened. Things happen and are avoidable. They are. They are very avoidable. Things can be better. Things can be worse. Okay. And I'll indulge myself in giving you one more card and reminding you that choices are so important, and tarot can help us with our choices. And relying on our own self-care and intuition and being self-centered is very important, because when our boat is fixed, we are able to carry others. I feel like, I just came back from the chiropractor, and with the Ten of Swords here, I may suggest that to you. There is something in the self-care department, the Four of Swords, yeah. You gotta relax. You gotta calm down and relax. And I think tarot might help you relax and ease your worries. And I want this tarot reading to be a sublime reminder, because when we have the Wheel of Fortune upright, let's give it a hand. Let's give it a hand. We have the Empress here. We have so many major arcana. I want to remind you, good things come to those who wait. Oh, they do. They really do. Whether they be small or just being in the moment and grateful for everything that happens is so important. And I think it's important to detach oneself from expectations of others and remind yourself to always expect the best out of yourself, even if the best isn't that much, and being okay with that. Self-care is so important for you right now, and if tarot helps you with that, continue on with how you're doing and how you're moving, okay? I don't suggest you watch more. I don't suggest you watch less. I suggest to navigate this world how you've been navigating it, because it has been helping and alleviating any sort of anxiety. Please remember, things are looking up. They're looking up. You're looking straight forward, and it is beautiful. It won't be as hard as before. Things will not be as how do I put this? Not a lack of attachment, but the love you have for the situation makes it easier to both let go and hold on to. I think this facet of love within you and making these loving choices for yourself are just you're a magnet right now. Okay, and we need to turn that magnet on. Okay, we have to turn the magnet on. One last piece of advice. The one. The mother. Okay. This is, maybe you're encouraged to wait due to possible in utero trauma. And that's why we have the Ten of Swords here, and I was concerned that this would involve potential surgery because the Ten of Swords inclines that. And so I heavily suggest to you to navigate all of your options if you haven't, and to truly research it and look into it, and after this reading actually go on the computer and do your due diligence, okay? Instead of navigating it through intuition, because at this time you are going to need contextual evidence in order to move forward, because with the Moon here and the Empress here, it's murky waters. If you are dealing with some sort of health trauma, or you have been, I think it's important to reference what your mother was doing during the time of her pregnancy, and exactly what job she was performing, how well she was sleeping at night, any pain she was feeling. I think it's important for you to also look up like how your face is shaped. I think it's very important for you to look at your whole physical body and start to evaluate yourself on a holistic and possibly both Western medicational level, depending on what exactly is going on here. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, we could get potential bipolar disorder, but I do not want to put that out there, and I am not a doctor. When I say these things, I am not a doctor. But when I see the One and the Mother here, it's giving in utero trauma. And I think there has been so much work that you have actually put in through this without even knowing it. Like, you have worked through that trauma without even knowing it, and I want to give you kudos again. And I think that there is still, like, we're at the tail end here of a cycle, and right? We're getting to a tail end of a cycle, and when we say tail end, like, that could even be another year, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here. We have another year to go, maybe. We don't know. If you do have any pain right now, I really do suggest you go see the doctor. I suggest you go see professionals about these things that I'm talking about right now, if any of this really truly does relate. Okay? Not to doubt whether this relates or not, and that, it's just me in a fear state of mind, because I do not want to be right when I say these kinds of things. Like, you do need to pay attention to your health a bit more. A bit. I have been, like, it's all I do, or it's like I'm trying and it's just really hard, and no. And with the snail here at the Nine of Pentacles, the snail, not many people notice the snail, and it took me a long time to notice that there was a snail there. It's gonna take a minute to fully load up. And when you're in a health crisis, or you don't even know you're in a health crisis and you're continuing to move through it, it's a lot to bear without even noticing it. And I think that's why you're coming to this reading, because maybe you do need reassurance in the fact that, like, other people aren't giving you reassurance. Maybe your mother doesn't give you that much reassurance. Like, maybe with these trials and tribulations, like, they weren't there for you, and, like, or they were, or there's just a lot of confusion here, and there's a lot of potential fascial work, like fascia. It's a bodily, it's basically, it's almost like an electric liquid that runs through the body, and I think it's important that you almost fixate on your health a lot more. And the other piles, it was more about, I gave somebody a spell, I gave somebody this, I gave somebody that. This one, I'm really strongly suggesting fixating on health. With the One here, it's like you're the one who's going to get yourself out of the situation. You're the one who's going to pull yourself out of this rut. You're the one who always has and will do it again this time. And continue to do it again. And if someone is going to give you a helping hand, I want to reiterate, you can trust yourself. Whether you can trust this person or not, based off of what has happened in the past. You have the discernment now to navigate this world and a true helping hand. And if you need any more suggestions, this helping hand will be gentle. As gentle as they can be comparably to their personality. if it doesn't match the gentleness that you need, it is most likely not the help that you're gonna need. So yeah, I think you're doing fine. Yeah. That's the end of the reading. Oh, my back. Bye, guys.